We've got some electrifying insights lined up today. Have you been keeping an eye on Mullen stock? Well, something big might be brewing. We're taking a deep dive into an interesting article that discusses the potential for a massive stock squeeze. Curious? Let's get started. Alright, let's jump right into it and talk about the price action of Mullen stock in the last trading session, which was the 3rd of August 2023. Now, it started the day at 12.29 cents, which was already a bit of an uptick from the previous close of 12.19 cents. It seems the bulls woke up feeling a bit confident that day, huh? As the day progressed, we saw the stock go as high as 17.3 cents. That's quite a hike, eh? And even the lowest it went was 12.1 cents, which, if you think about it, was still not too far off from the opening price. Eventually, the stock settled at 13.65 cents at the end of the day, marking a pretty solid gain, right? In fact, we're talking about an 11.98% surge. Not a bad day at the office at all for Mullen. If we check out the volume for the day, it was actually quite large. I mean, the average daily volume is around 394 million, and on this particular day, the volume was well over double that, reaching just over 904 million. It seems investors couldn't get enough of Mullen that day, huh? So let's discuss the surge signals. These are important because they can provide key points of resistance and support. When the stock price was climbing, it seemed to respond to surge signals at 12.41 cents, 12.75 cents, and 13.11 cents. Each time the price hit these points, it continued its upward trajectory. On the flip side, when it was coming down, it seemed to bounce back at 12.05 cents and 11.71 cents. These levels likely represented psychological barriers for traders, where they were more willing to step in and buy. Alright, now, let's take a look at some news that might be influencing Mullen stock price. So, there's a growing consensus that Mullen could be due for a squeeze. And we're not talking about a gentle nudge here, we're talking about a 1000% squeeze. I know, it sounds crazy, but let's see why this might be plausible. To start with, the technical analysis is showing some promising signs. Firstly, there's the stochastic. For those of you who might not be familiar with it, it's a momentum indicator that compares a particular closing price of a security to a range of its prices over a certain period of time. Right now, it's curling up, which has historically been a precursor to a surge for Mullen. Then there's the 50-day moving average. Now, trading above this average, as Mullen currently is often seen as a bullish signal. And finally, there's the relative strength index, RSI, which seems to be heading upwards, suggesting the stock might be set for an upward move. But the technicals are only part of the story. The video also points to a range of promising developments for Mullen. We're talking potential production and delivery updates and recent successful pilot runs. These could all play a crucial role in sparking investor interest and potentially leading to this squeeze. However, it's important to remember that stock prices are influenced by a multitude of factors, and a positive chart analysis doesn't guarantee gains. Mullen has had a run of bad news, and the company's CEO isn't exactly popular with investors. If Mullen is going to squeeze, it's going to need the right kind of news to kickstart it. Okay, now let's look at the surge signals for the upcoming trading session on the 4th of August 2023. The surge signals upwards are 13.29 cents and 13.69 cents. These are the levels at which we could see the stock gain momentum and begin a substantial upward move. Conversely, if the stock starts to fall, we could see it find support at the downward surge signals of 12.81 cents and 12.41 cents. If the stock price approaches or breaches these levels, it could confirm a downward trend. However, these are simply signals, and there are many factors at play when it comes to the price action of a stock. Well, That's a wrap for today's deep dive into Mullen. Before you go, if you enjoyed this conversation and found it valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analyses. And here's a question for you. Based on what we discussed, do you think Mullen is set for a squeeze? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Every opinion adds value to the conversation. And remember, the markets wait for no one, so stay informed and stay ahead. Until next time, happy trading.